1971. The first Starbucks opens in Seattle, while Jerry Reed hits #1 with When You're Hot, You're Hot. Charles Manson heads to the Slammer, and outlaw country rides into town. Cigarette ads are banned from television, while After the Fire Is Gone spends 14 weeks on the charts. Country music fans say goodbye to Hee Haw and Green Acres, but a big hello to the Grammys' first live telecast. First time music fans got to see their idols named the best of the best. While they were taking home their Grammys, other country stars were spending lots of time on the charts together. Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty had a 14-week #1 hit with After the Fire Is Gone.
After the fire is gone.
The hit single is from their very first album collaboration, We Only Make Believe. That first album was just the beginning.
Hey, Louisiana woman,
Mississippi man,
we get together every time we can. The Mississippi.
Fans loved the singers so much as a duo that Loretta and Conway made 10 more duet albums between 1971 and 1988. There were other country artists who thought singing together was twice as nice.
Darling, if you would just show a sign.
Country power couple George Jones and Tammy Wynette released Take Me in 1971, and over the years charted 14 singles up until their last duet in 1995. 3 were #1s.
When trouble came, we held on to each other.
George and Tammy had been married 2 years by 1971, and their relationship, well, it was rocky from the start. George had always been a drinker, but his erratic behavior took its toll on the marriage and concert appearances. Country music's president and first lady divorced in 1976, but they kept their fans happy with another 20 years of duets.
You made me happy as I could be. I'm satisfied.
Anne Murray, Glenn Campbell. That was the title of their duet album. The pairing was a success, and Anne became a regular on the Glenn Campbell Good Time Hour, a CBS variety show. And some added Anne Murray trivia: she's been named the world's best.
Pretty Miss Dolly Parton. How about it?
Dolly was a regular on the Porter Wagoner Show. The musical TV series was going strong in 1971 with over 3 million viewers. It would last another 10 years.
Daddy was an old-time preacher man.
Sadly, the same could not be said of other fan favorites. The networks decided to shut down country entertainment, and folks said goodbye to the residents of Hee Haw's Cornfield County. So long to the Clampetts of Beverly Hills. Farewell to Mayberry. And adios, Green Acres.
We're holding on with nothing left to hold on to.
The cancellations were part of what the TV industry called the rural purge. Ratings were good for all the shows. Each had won or been nominated for Emmy Awards. But the suits decided that they wanted programming to appeal to the urban and suburban demographic. Fans, well, they had the last laugh. Hee Haw ran new shows in syndication for 22 years, until 1992. And guess what? You can still catch a rerun here on the Circle Television Network. I'm Bill Cody. A short break, and I'm back with more of the history of country in 1971. Welcome back to History of Country, 1971. The rumble of a country music revolution was just beginning to bubble up in 1971. Artists bucked the recording companies. They wanted more control. They fought the flashy, slick country pop Nashville producers and embraced their roots. The sounds of Honky Tonk, Bakersfield, and the blues.
Working on the coal pile.
Names like Waylon Jennings, David Allan Coe, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson. They took their traditions and they added a pinch of rockabilly and a dash of rock and roll. They traded their rhinestone jackets for leather vests and faded blue jeans.
And when Clayton died, I made him a promise.
Tom T. Hall had a #1 hit in 1971 with a song about a teenage guitar player named Clayton Delaney who taught Tom how to pick when he was a kid. The single was on his album in search of a song. Tom T. was known as the storyteller, the Mark Twain of country music. His songs always seemed to reflect the people and places of real life.
But he had to try to satisfy a thirst he couldn't name.
The songs of hard times, of prison, booze, dope, lost love, murder, mayhem, and abuse. Outlaw was the gritty side of country.
Well, you wonder why I always dress in black.
The Outlaws went on to record their own sound on their own terms. Some together, some solo.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
But who was the first to be branded outlaw? Well, chances are you may not have heard of them, but music writers agree they were the originals of the movement.
From the melody of life, I've taken my song.
James Marvell and Buddy Good were the Country Cavaliers, a long-haired duo who started out in rock but returned to their country root. Grand Ole Opry star and Country Music Hall of Famer Gene Shepard once said, "The Country Cavaliers had a style unlike anything at the time. They were the first country music outlaws."
There's a city where the streets are paved in gold.
The women of country had a big year in 1971. The song Joshua gave Dolly her first #1 and first ever Grammy nomination. Dolly thrilled her fans with 3 solo albums, including one with a single that would become her most iconic song.
My coat of many colors that my mama made for me.
Dolly composed the song while she was on tour with Porter Wagoner. She had no paper, so she wrote the lyrics on the back of Porter's dry cleaning receipt. When the song became a hit, he had it framed.
I'm at the end of the rainbow and the goal is in my hands.
You're My Man was a #1 for Lynn Anderson. In the late 60s, Lynn was a regular on the Lawrence Welk Show, their first country artist. But it was her crossover breakout hit in 1971 that...
You're standing there looking at me with hurt running down your cheeks.
One of the rare outlaw country ladies was Sammy Smith. Married at 15, 3 kids by 21, 3 marriages to boot, she struck gold in 1971 with a mega hit.
I don't want to be alone.
Help Me Make It Through the Night was written by Chris Christopherson, but it won Sammy a Grammy for Best Female Country Performance.
While I'm putting on my makeup.
There was a new girl on the block in 1971, as a singer, that is. Oh, she'd been a part of country music since she was a little 9-year-old with a big old steel guitar. She was a regular on a local California TV show called Town Hall Party. They called her the Princess of Steel. By the time she was 16, Barbara Mandrell was considered one of the top 5 steel guitar players in the world. Oh, and she also played banjo, saxophone, dobro, and bass. She played with Joe Mathis and toured with Johnny Cash and Patsy Cline. At 20, she started singing in Nashville's clubs, caught the attention of the movers and shakers. 7 different labels offered her a deal. Her debut album hit the record stores in the fall of 1971.
He's gonna love you tonight.
Treat 'Em Rights has been described as a soul country album with singles from Otis Redding and Aretha Franklin. It helped establish Barbara's unique sound, proving her crossover appeal. She went on to rule the charts in the 70s and 80s. I'm Bill Cody, and there's more of the History of Country 1971 right after this break. Welcome back. It's the History of Country 1971.
Before you take another step, there's something you should know.
When he was a kid, Charlie Pride set his sights on a baseball career. He was good enough. He played with the Yankees farm team. But when an injury slowed down his fastball, he picked up his guitar and walked off the field.
But just between you and me.
In 2 years, Charlie had 8 #1 singles. Only Elvis Presley sold more records for RCA than Charlie Pride.
But you've got to kiss an angel good morning.
1971, Charlie released his biggest career hit, and the Country Music Association named him Entertainer of the Year and Top Male Vocalist.
I can't believe
Charlie Pride broke down barriers. Fans weren't used to seeing a black man singing country music. But Charlie remembers that he was never heckled by an audience. He just proved country music was everyone's music.
Thank you so much.
1971 was a time of social and political unrest. Along with the fight for racial equality, a younger generation was protesting U.S. involvement in Vietnam. One event was particularly polarizing. Lieutenant William Calley was charged with his role in the killing of 500 civilian villagers in the South Vietnamese village of My Lai. He claimed he was following orders. On March 29, 1971, Lieutenant Calley was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. Folks' reactions were mixed. A pair of musicians turned their support of him into music. Julian Wilson and James M. Smith wrote the lyrics set to the tune of Battle Hymn of the Republic.
As we go marching home.
Alabama DJ Terry Nelson performed the song. Lieutenant Calley would serve 3 years of his life sentence under house arrest in his apartment. 1971 birthed several future country music stars.
When you say nothing at all.
Singer and fiddler Alison Krauss was born in July. She's won 27 Grammys, and she's a member of the International Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame. Jimmy Westbrook came into the world in October, a member of Little Big Town, and I'm Bill Cody, welcoming you back to History of Country, 1971.
And I'm going outside in that street and wait for you to come out. And if you don't, me and everybody else in town's gonna call you a yellow dog.
There is a man you'll hear about most every place you go.
The movie Support Your Local Gunfighter featured the music of Ramblin' Jack Elliott. Jack was born in 1931, the son of a prominent Jewish surgeon in Brooklyn, New York. But medicine was not in Jack's future.
Save your love through loneliness. Save my love for sorrow.
When he was 15, he ran away and joined Colonel Jim Eskew's Rodeo and Wild West show, the only rodeo east of the Mississippi. He taught himself guitar, and by 1960, he'd recorded 3 folk albums. Woody Guthrie was a big influence on Jack, and Jack in turn influenced Bob Dylan and Phil Oakes.
But you wanted my soul, but don't think twice. It's all right.
Jack recorded 18 studio albums. He's played with the Grateful Dead's Bob Weir and members of alt and punk bands like Wilco, X, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I try so hard, my dear, to show.
The music of the great Hank Williams was featured in the film The Last Picture Show. In the movie, it was Tony Bennett who carried the tune.
You heard my record on the radio. Oh, well, it's just another song.
Country music honored its own in 1971 as the Grand Ole Opry invited Tom T. Hall to become a member. And the Opry brought Freddie Hart on board. The same year, he won the CMA Song of the Year. Freddie was one of a dozen kids in an Alabama sharecropper family. He left school at 15, lied about his age, and joined the Marines. After he came home from fighting in World War II, Freddie set his sights on music.
Staring at the wall.
He had his first top 20 in 1959 with The Wall. It was soon followed by more hits. Freddie went on to produce a string of hits in the 70s and 80s, and amazingly gave his last performance shortly before his death in 2018. Freddie Hart was 91.
I dreamed
and peaceful sleep of shame.
And so it was with a history of country, the year 1971. I'm Bill Cody. Thank you so much for joining me. Be here next time when we explore another remarkable year in the history of country.